All around the world, mysterious gateways and hidden passages have appeared, supporting the idea of portals to other dimensions.
These kinds of wormholes are frequently used as ways to travel interstellar distances in space.
From vast skies to dense jungles, they may open anywhere.
This looks like a portal, this looks like a door.
Yeah.
Just to give a glimpse into what humanity has long thought about.
I know where I am. It's crazy. Whoa.
So join us to watch where and how these doors to parallel universes have opened.
It's just hanging there.
Oh my god, it's pulling the flames back in.
I'm zooming, hold on.
Be careful, man.
A man walking down a quiet road started recording what looked like a simple fire burning in the middle of the street. At first, it seemed normal. Flames, heat, and thick smoke rising up. Then the smoke twisted unnaturally, tightening into a spinning shape that didn't act like smoke at all. The video closely matched earlier reports of the mysterious Memphis, Tennessee portal, appearing almost exactly the same way. Paranormal researchers point out that the area sits atop hidden energy points, and the fire seemed to trigger a temporary gateway of hell. Whether it was a scientific anomaly or a demonic rift, the Memphis Road Rift stands as one of the most documented cases of a portal appearing.
You see the fire in there? That's insane.
Is it in the air? Listen.
It's coming.
Dark sky.
This seem normal to anyone else? Oh
Outside a shopping mall, people noticed the sky acting strange, almost like a tornado was forming overhead. The air looked unsettled, and then things took a sharp turn. A dark opening appeared in the sky. Some onlookers called it a black hole, while others recorded what looked like a steady, glowing stargate hanging in the sky. The shape stayed in place longer than a normal weather event should. Videos spread fast, and no clear storm pattern matched what was seen. One idea going around is that a sudden opening was caused by intense energy in the area. What's your take? Hellmouth.
Oh wait, is that fire? What? Wait.
While working at a routine construction site, a worker dug into the ground and suddenly hit nothing solid at all. Instead, thick flames burst out of the hole, swirling and rising as if they had no end. It wasn't a volcano, and there was no gas line nearby. The fire looked deep, endless, and wrong, like it came from far below the earth. People nearby felt intense heat and panic spread fast. After the incident, the site was sealed off. Researchers say he may have cracked a hellmouth, a sealed gateway meant to keep a dark dimension locked away. Some locals claim the site was cursed long before construction began, serving as a hidden entrance for entities that had been waiting for someone to let them out.
Put it back! Put it back! That's literally the entrance to hell.
Jungle portal. A hiker moving through a dense jungle thought he had spotted a glass on the ground. When he stepped closer, he realized it wasn't a mirror at all. The surface reflected the barren land, but not the way a mirror should. He filmed it, convinced it was a portal to another dimension. This one wasn't dark or violent. It was calm and perfectly smooth. The video was later shown to authorities, who returned to the spot with patrol teams. Nothing was there. No mark, no trace. It was gone, as if it had never existed. It seemed like these portals could appear anywhere at any time.
Light can't really get through. You're not going to feel anything, you're not going to smell anything.
Street glow. In 2020, a residential street became the center of something no one expected. CCTV footage from a house on Center Street showed a homeowner stepping inside when a strange glowing shape suddenly appeared nearby. It wasn't a light flare or camera glitch. The glow held its shape, bright and focused, like a doorway opening for a brief moment before fading out. What made people uneasy was the location. This wasn't a mountain. Analysts studying the footage pointed out that areas like this may sit on weak points in reality, where portals can briefly form. The gateway wasn't random, but placed there on purpose, almost as if someone, or something, was watching everyday life from the other side. The real fear is what the other side decides to step out one day. Portal lights. On the top of a building, a worker shared a terrifying sight he witnessed at night. While looking at the sky, he noticed two strange lights. One light stayed circular and glowing, almost like a portal opening in the air. The second light was like a probe sending signals or information into the portal. The worker recorded what he could, but the lights vanished soon after, leaving behind a scene that felt planned, controlled, and deeply unsettling.
You seen that come out of the clouds? Man, what was that?
Shadow Gate.
Oh god. This is so cool.
A mysterious shadow appeared in the skies overhead a flyover in Bengaluru, and it wasn't an ordinary shape. It looked like a doorway, suspended among the clouds, with a faint glow outlining its edges against the dark sky. The clip spread fast online and instantly caught attention. People called it the Stairs to Heaven, while ufologists labeled it a hidden UFO gateway sitting right above the city. A quieter explanation pointed to a rare light effect in the clouds, but the shape made it hard to ignore.
This looks like a portal, this looks like a door.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is like a door, oh god.
Shapeshifter portal.
Oh my god.
In Canada, a local was stunned when he noticed a strange, shape-shifting object hovering in the sky. Witnesses claim it seemed to emerge from a sudden, glowing portal that appeared out of nowhere. But before anyone could get a closer look, the video abruptly ended. Authorities were alerted and tried to track the object, but by the time they arrived, it had gone off in the sky.
Oh my god. What is happening?
Storm portal. During a thunderstorm in Geneva in 2023, a man pointed his camera toward the sky, expecting nothing more than lightning. Instead, his footage captured a glowing object hovering in the clouds, releasing strange smoke-like signals into the darkness. The lights began flashing in sync with the storm, forming what looked like a portal opening and closing between bursts of lightning. The glowing gateway lingered for a few moments, suspended in the chaos of the storm before disappearing without a trace. Many believe storms may be the perfect cover, allowing extraterrestrials to open hidden dimensional shortcuts unseen. Fiery sky waves.
What is that?
A local captured an incredible and unsettling sight at night. In the sky, fiery waves began forming and spreading out in a way that looked unnatural, almost like the air itself was alive. The glow stayed in one place, twisting and pulsating, as if a portal was opening, ready to pull anything above it inside. At the same time, it gave the impression that a massive spaceship could be hovering just beyond view, though nothing became clear. The recording abruptly ended, leaving the scene and whatever was above it, a complete and mysterious enigma. Mirror portal.
A mirror parallel universe. They're talking about something similar to what we have, but we don't feel it or interact with it. In this case, the person is still in our universe.
Bounded by Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, the Bermuda Triangle has long been linked to ships and planes vanishing without warning. One idea often tied to these cases is that aircraft or vessels didn't sink at all, but slipped through hidden doorways. That idea gained attention again after a strange video from Oregon in 2017. A hiker in a forest near Portland recorded himself walking straight into what looked like a mirror hanging between trees. The clip went viral fast. Experts later broke it down and showed it was carefully edited camera work, not a real gateway. Still, the timing and similarities keep the conversation alive about whether such doorways could exist at all.
If a parallel universe does exist, has this individual found a portal to it?
Glowing ring.
Oh my god, look at that.
Near the Rocky Mountains on July 22, 2008, a child recorded something unusual in the sky. A glowing circular shape appeared, surrounded by mist, floating quietly above the landscape. It did not look solid or mechanical. It looked thin, like light shaped into a ring. For a short moment, it stayed completely still, as if forming. Then the glow slowly rose upward and vanished, leaving nothing behind. Later, people argued about what it could be. Maybe it was an unknown type of UFO observing the child, or might be a portal that closed the instant it realized it was being filmed.
I know where I am. It's crazy. Whoa.
Oh, it's a video you're taking?
Whoa, there it goes.
Rock portal. A photographer flying a drone over a remote mountain spotted something that didn't make any sense. A doorway carved into the side of the rock. It looked almost too perfect, too modern for its location. Nobody knows why it's there or who might have made it. Could it be an ancient structure hidden for centuries? Or maybe an entrance to another dimension? The more you look at it, the stranger it gets. And of course, people are already asking, what could be behind that door? Comment down your thoughts. Mysterious portals. A strange black and white clip started circulating, and at first, it looked convincing. A woman walks toward a perfect circular portal and steps right inside it. Usually, these portals are shown taking things away, but here's the twist. Seconds later, she walks back out holding hands with a man and a child, all three looking completely calm. The panic was there, but then another video surfaced where a man entered and didn't make it out, which made things worse. Even after researching these places, authorities weren't able to find the man or that portal. Even more strangely, the man himself was never seen again. The area after that incident was sealed, and it's said that officials are trying to get a hint of the portal that could lead them to different dimensions. Antarctic portal. A hiker exploring the remote mountains of Antarctica suddenly noticed the snow shifting strangely in front of him. Curiosity pulled him closer, and that's when things turned unbelievable. Before him appeared a perfectly round hole in the ice, unlike anything natural. As he approached, he realized it wasn't just a hole. It was a portal, glowing faintly as if waiting for something to pass through. The hiker didn't stick around to discover who or what might emerge. Was it an alien doorway or a gateway to something far darker? Whatever it was, the sight was enough to make him retreat in fear. Antarctica, long frozen and silent, may be hiding more than ice. It could be guarding doors to worlds we're not meant to enter. Sky disk. Near CERN in Switzerland, the sky suddenly darkened, revealing a mysterious disc-shaped object hovering above. Panic spread through the city as onlookers captured the strange sight. Many link these bizarre events to CERN's high-energy experiments, speculating that the collider might be briefly opening portals. Though CERN denies any connection, repeated sightings in the same area have left locals uneasy, watching the skies nervously whenever the facility powers up, unsure of what might appear next. Secret gateway. The explorers went out just expecting to see the usual mountains, but what they found was shocking. A massive mountain with a perfect door carved into it. The sight was enough for them to share it online, and then, just in a second, the social media was flooded with theories. Carved naturally, or this door isn't ordinary, and could be protecting the world from Gog and Magog. Unfortunately, the description matched it completely. According to ancient texts, it's part of a legendary barrier built to keep chaotic tribes locked away until the end of days. Seeing it up close left everyone stunned, and now the question on everyone's mind is simple. What would happen if this door ever opened? Well, we all know that day will be the end of this world. Superpowered man. A home security camera picked up something that didn't look normal at all. A man was seen outside during cold weather, clearly trying to make a small fire to stay warm. At first, everything looked ordinary. Then the fire started to move on its own. The flames twisted strangely and suddenly vanished, as if they were swallowed by the air. The man didn't panic at all. This move only hinted that the man had superpowers to do it. He stood there calmly, almost like he expected it. That's why this clip unsettled people. It didn't look like an accident or a trick. It looked like a doorway opening and closing in seconds. Maybe he didn't belong to this world and was opening a doorway to leave for another world. Forest staircase. A teenager walking through a dense forest came across something that made no sense at all. Between the trees stood a staircase leading to nowhere, with no house, no platform, nothing around it. It looked clean and solid, like it had been placed there on purpose. As the teenager moved closer, the air felt wrong. The video ended, and he said he left the place immediately. Hunters later said they had seen similar stairs before and avoided them. Back in the 1940s, a researcher reported finding the same kind of stairs during forest work, but when he returned the next day, they were gone. Many believe these stairs were used as a passage to another world or dimension, appearing only for a short time before vanishing. Well, if you see it, just run from it immediately. The threat might be scarier than you ever thought about. Sky rectangle. People in China were going about their normal day when everyone started looking up at the same time. Hanging in the sky was a glowing rectangle. It didn't fade like a cloud. The shape stayed steady, with a soft glow outlining it, making it stand out clearly against the sky. Some people thought it might be a magic flying carpet. To many viewers, it looked like a doorway suspended in the air. Officials later stepped in and said it was likely light reflecting off clouds, meant to ease concern. Still, the shape was so clean and precise that the explanation didn't fully settle people's thoughts. Hidden orb above clouds. A passenger on a commercial flight noticed something strange while filming the clouds below. At first, it looked like two suns in the sky. One burned high above, while another glowed softly inside the clouds. Curious, he zoomed in. That's when the illusion broke. It wasn't a second sun at all. What appeared instead was a bright orange orb, perfectly still, glowing from within the cloud layer. The video quickly spread online, drawing attention from UFO researchers. To them, the sighting matched reports of an energy portal often associated with outwardly beings. If that's true, then whatever it was, wasn't passing through the sky. It was opening something inside it, and we didn't get a chance for now to witness what it was.
Whoa. What is that?
Cloudcraft. A family driving along the road looked up and froze. Above the clouds, a massive ring of light had formed in the sky, glowing against the gray layer above. The center looked hollow, as if a doorway had opened for a short time. It was clear. This was a portal. Authorities tried to label it as strange weather, but the pattern was impossible to ignore. These portals are appearing more often because powerful forces are testing the boundaries between worlds. Each ring appears, gathers data, and closes before anyone can react. The goal feels simple and terrifying. Step by step, the veil between worlds is being thinned, and the next opening may last longer than before. Frozen sky curve. On April 9, 2024, residents of Dali, Yunnan, China, noticed a cloud that didn't act like any normal one. It formed a huge, smooth curve, glowing softly along the edges, almost like light was trapped inside. The strangest part, It stayed perfectly still, refusing to drift or break apart. People watching felt an uneasy chill, as if the sky itself was holding its breath. It wasn't just a cloud at all, but maybe a hidden craft using the cloud as cover, silently observing everything below before disappearing as mysteriously as it appeared. Dark oval object. Locals were going about their evening when they noticed something that didn't feel right in the sky. There was a dark oval-shaped cloud, completely still, as if frozen in place. It didn't drift with the wind or change shape like normal clouds do. People stopped, watched, and started recording, confused by how solid and heavy it looked. Maybe it wasn't a cloud at all, but a massive object cloaked in shadow, or perhaps it was concealing something entirely unknown inside. Mysterious CERN activity.
So we all just got woken up to some disturbing sound all through the whole area.
A mysterious activity was reported near CERN in Switzerland, and it quickly caught public attention. Late at night, bright flashes of light appeared near the facility, lighting up the sky for a short time. The event was recorded by locals who were nearby. CERN has always felt secretive, and many people believe these flashes looked like a gateway to another dimension being prepared by scientists. Soon after, CERN officials said the lights came from a new experiment they were testing. Still, the explanation did not convince everyone, and the strange flashes left many feeling that something unusual had just taken place. Tunnel anomaly.
It's as if the tunnel has come alive and it's breathing.
Construction workers were deep underground, working on what was supposed to be a normal government tunnel project. Then something impossible happened. The tunnel walls began to pulse, almost like they were breathing. A cloudy energy appeared and vanished again and again, perfectly timed, filling the space with a low, booming sound.
La tierra empezó a rugir. Como de un león. Eso produce mucho temor porque en cualquier momento uno creía que...
Workers froze in fear, unsure if the tunnel was about to collapse or if they were watching reality bend in front of them. The footage later stunned experts because the movement wasn't random. It looked controlled.
There's a very regular pulsation, so it seems like something must be controlling.
The way it pulsed matched theoretical models of a wormhole or Stargate, a shortcut through space and time. Nothing like this had ever been recorded inside the Earth before.
These kinds of wormholes are frequently used as ways to travel interstellar distances in space.
Sky split. In broad daylight, a thin black seam appeared across the sky, a line that looked less like a shadow and more like a split in reality itself. For several seconds, it hovered above the clouds, sharp-edged and unmoving, before fading as if someone had stitched it shut. Fringe theorists believe this sky tear could be a glimpse of a hidden barrier above us, a massive dome engineered by unknown forces, with rare glitches revealing its seams. Whatever caused it, the moment didn't feel accidental. It felt exposed. Ice portal. In Antarctica, explorers found a huge hole in the ice. When they looked inside, they saw a hidden city, unlike anything on the frozen surface. The building seemed alive, glowing faintly in the shadows. The air felt strange and heavy, like this hole was not just empty space, but a door to another world. It looked as if people or creatures might live there, hidden from everyone else. Antarctica was no longer just ice and snow. It had become a gateway to a secret world, waiting for anyone brave enough to step inside. Hidden passage. A man never expected a simple home renovation to reveal a centuries-old secret. While tearing down a wall, he discovered a hidden underground passage, carved entirely from stone. The corridors twisted and turned, some narrow, some wide, leading to mysterious rooms and staircases that seemed to go on forever. One staircase even ended at the mouth of a cave, as if inviting him deeper. It wasn't natural. Someone had built this long ago, with purpose and precision. Exploring, he imagined networks of tunnels stretching under the village, perhaps for secret gatherings, hidden civilizations, or ancient rituals. The low price of the house suddenly made sense. Renovation had turned into discovery, and his dream home now sat atop centuries of forgotten mysteries. Desert door. In the middle of the Egyptian desert, there stands a door unlike any other. No roof, no walls, just the door itself rising from the sand. For years, researchers and locals have puzzled over it. Some claim it's an abandoned artwork. Others say it's a symbolic monument. Reality is that ancient Egypt had false doors, architectural features in tombs meant to let a person's ka or life force move between the living world and the afterlife. These doors were carved in stone, often decorated with inscriptions and symbols, but never meant to open. Things didn't stop there. Recently, another door-like structure was spotted in KSA via Google Maps, carved directly into the land. Its purpose remains a mystery. Was it symbolic, or a hidden gateway lost to time? For now, the land keeps its secret, and the door remains closed to history. Glowing sphere. A driver in Siberia spotted a massive glowing sphere hovering silently by the roadside. Terrified, he whipped out his phone and recorded every second. The footage spread like wildfire, sparking endless speculation online. Authorities rushed to the site, but by the time they arrived, the sphere had vanished without a trace. Was it a portal to heaven or hell, or the start of a hidden gateway? According to the driver, it felt like the world had paused around him, and for a moment, he was witnessing something far beyond human understanding. Why are these portals appealing? Is the end near? Comment down below. Mountain door.
This is exciting. Earlier today, we're being told tourists and National Trust rangers saw the legendary fin disappear into a magical doorway within.
Rumors were all about a massive stone mountain that could open and close like a giant vault. To cover a story, a reporter went to see it for himself, expecting a natural cave or some prank. But what he saw shocked him. The rock face slid open right before his eyes for a second, then sealed shut so perfectly that no crack remained. The mountain looked solid once again, leaving him stunned. This site has sparked theories of a Nephilim gateway or an ancient giant's tomb. Some claim these formations hide prehistoric portals or hangars, with giants waiting for the right cosmic moment to return. Tourists and researchers now flock here, hoping to witness the mountain's secret door reopen.
Right, I believe we have some footage that has been taken on a mobile phone. Let's have a look at it.
Look, look.
Ocean lights. Do portals only show up in mountains and remote places? That's what many people think, but this sighting tells a different story. Out in the open ocean, a fisherman captured a strange scene where a glowing light was bouncing across the surface of the water. The glow stayed low, almost touching the waves, as if the water itself was reacting to it. Are aliens using the ocean as cover? Or are ancient stories right about water being a doorway to something beyond our world? Well, who knows, since only 5% of water is discovered yet. Flash mystery. A man in a remote area recorded a strange flash of light that didn't behave like any natural sun reflection phenomenon. Instead of fading quickly, the light stayed in a diamond shape, stayed in one spot, almost as if it were holding its shape. Was it an alien? A mysterious glitch, or a brief opening of heaven? You decide. Hidden Antarctic land.
Admiral Byrd heard there was an entrance to the center of the Earth through the South Pole, and he took planes into the South under the South Pole.
Deep under Antarctica, there's a place that doesn't exist on any map. In 1946, Admiral Richard Byrd led Operation High Jump, the largest expedition ever to the South Pole. While flying over the ice, he stumbled upon a lush green land with crystal cities and strange flying discs guiding him into a hidden underground world.
Airplane is taken control of when he suddenly sees these flying disc-shaped objects around them that lead him to the ground.
Byrd even met an advanced being who warned him about humanity's destructive ways. When he returned, he was ordered to remain silent. Antarctica might be more than frozen land. It could be the doorway to an entirely unknown world.
Byrd comes back after this experience. He is taken to a government compound where he is told that he is never to speak of this publicly.
Smoky portal. A tourist walking outside a dense forest noticed something that made him stop. A smoky ring hovering silently in the air. At first, he thought it was ordinary smoke, but it stayed perfectly still, refusing to drift with the wind. The ring seemed alive, moving slowly as if it had a purpose. It seemed like it could engulf anyone who came too close, like a portal opening to another world. The tourist couldn't look away, but he left before it moved closer. Whatever it was, it vanished quickly, leaving behind only fear and questions. Moonbeam. On November 29th, 2021, an extraordinary scene unfolded over Seaview. A bright pillar of light appeared first, shaped like a portal hovering in the sky. Moments later, a powerful beam shot upward and locked directly onto the moon. Then things grew even stranger. A second portal seemed to form around the moon itself, glowing as if responding to the signal below. The sky looked alive, almost coordinated. Many wondered if this was a form of communication happening far beyond human reach. Perhaps the moon plays a role in a much larger system, one quietly operating above us. Sky tier. People in Iquitos, Peru, watched the night sky change in a way none of them expected. A huge blue-green light spread above the city, bright enough to stop people in their tracks. It did not move like a cloud or fade like normal light. It looked torn open, as if the sky itself had split and exposed a glowing space beyond it. For a few seconds, the air felt unreal, like the rules had shifted. Later, officials said it was a rare Polaris cloud. Still, the moment felt far bigger than an explanation. Fiery Sea Arc. A sailor was navigating the shores of the Russian Sea when he saw something that froze him in place. A massive arc of fire glowing high above the horizon. Its light shimmered across the waves, forming a perfect curve that looked like a doorway to another world. He grabbed his camera and recorded the strange sight, but no one could explain where it came from or why it appeared there. Locals whispered that such arcs were signs of hidden realms. For hours, the fiery portal hovered over the water before fading, leaving behind a sense of awe and a mystery that no one has solved. Oceanic Gateway.
Yo, son.
A sailor crossing the Atlantic captured a strange sight that left viewers unsettled. Hovering just above the water was a perfect circle with a dark center, glowing as light spread outward from it. The area was familiar to him, yet this had never appeared before. The shape seemed calm, almost placed there on purpose. Unsure what he was seeing, he shared the footage online. Some compared it to a black hole forming at sea. Others believed it was a hidden gateway rising from beneath the ocean's surface. The water went quiet again, but the question stayed. Maybe the ocean hides more than we ever imagined. M Cave.
So some new developments here at the M Cave. It looks like they've installed a restricted area sign right there.
In the Nevada desert, a hiker named Kenny Veach found something unusual, a cave shaped like the letter M. When he approached it, he said his body started vibrating, as if the cave had a strange power.
My buddy Don was out here not too long ago. He did a more thorough look.
Curious, Kenny returned later to explore it again, but he never came back. His disappearance turned the cave into a legend, and many online now whisper about its secrets. Some believe it could be a portal, while others think it hides something dangerous that humans aren't meant to touch. Today, the cave remains hidden and mysterious. People still search for it, but no one truly knows what lies inside, or what happened to Kenny.
Why they would restrict access to that area and label it as dangerous.
Antarctic hole. Something strange appeared in Antarctica, and scientists couldn't explain it for decades. In the early 1970s, satellites spotted a perfect dark hole in the ice floating on the Lazarev Sea. Every summer, it vanished, only to reappear later, growing bigger each time. Then, in 2017, during the continent's coldest months, the hole returned, stretching over 9,500 kilometers. 2 months later, it had grown even larger, 740% bigger, before disappearing again. Satellites couldn't send signals into it, and no one knew why it formed. Today, researchers call these poenas and believe they're caused by cyclonic storms. But even with science, the hole still feels like a mysterious scar on Antarctica, hiding secrets beneath the ice. Hidden chamber. Near an old temple in India, something unusual caught the locals' attention. A giant, smooth rock shaped like an egg, towering over 10 feet. It looked ordinary until centuries later, a natural disaster revealed a hidden stone door. When they climbed inside, the chamber was filled with strange symbols. The air felt heavy, as if the room was more than it seemed, like a doorway to another place. No inscriptions explained who made it or why. Even after centuries, the chamber keeps its secrets, leaving everyone who sees it wondering what lies beyond. Gosiute Cave.
On this little trip, we're here at this portal.
Have you ever heard of a cave that leads to another world? In eastern Nevada, a traveler discovered a story from the Gosiute people about just that. They said inside the cave were green fields and animals unlike anything on Earth.
And this land that they lived in was this beautiful, grandiose world with lush fields and other things.
But it wasn't a place for everyone. The locals warned that strange people lived there, and anyone who entered without permission could be taken and made to work for them.
This cave was home to a race of people who would take anybody prisoner who enters the cave.
Access didn't always appear. It showed up only at certain times. Even today, people wonder if the cave still holds its secrets. No one knows what really happens inside, and maybe some doors are meant to stay closed. Thank you very much for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.